Fat is not a bad word. A few months ago, something really interesting happened. At about 12:30 a.m, as I was undertaking my nightly TikTok scroll to catch a few laughs before bed, I noticed that my friend Sophie had tagged me in a TikTok post featuring my icon, Lizzo. As I watched the video, I noticed that she had used one of my tweets which expressed my pride at seeing her on the front cover of Vogue. The tweet said, "I never thought I would see a fat black woman on the cover of Vogue, not in my lifetime," followed by a torrent of emotional and crying emojis. In the video, Lizzo then goes on to feature several beautiful black plus-size women on mock covers of Vogue. It was amazing. I commented on the post acknowledging the awesomeness of not only using my tweet, but featuring beautiful fat black women. This didn't go so well with a lot of her fans. Over the next 2 hours, I received a barrage of abuse from fans, accusing me of being a hater, calling me ugly, a horrible person, and threats to hack into my social media and email accounts. It wasn't until a couple of minutes later that I realised why. My use of the word fat in describing Lizzo had offended her fans, and in turn, they assumed I was being negative. Fat is not a bad word. The word fat has a complicated place in our history. As an adjective, it joins words like tall, short, hairy, white, black, athletic, and fluffy. Unlike these descriptors, however, fat is framed as a negative descriptive word and associated with ugliness, laziness, and is often used as an insult. According to Wikipedia, historically, fat had a number of positive meanings. In the late 1300s, fat land was fertile and abundant. Woohoo! In the 1600s, a fat person could be wealthy and affluent. It wasn't until the 1940s and 1950s, however, that the word fat started to hold negative associations. From there, new diets began to pop up to encourage people to undertake low and often extreme food intakes in order to achieve the perfect body. Instead of framing dieting around health, it was framed around thinness and associating that with looking and feeling better. Scientific research has shown many times, however, that diets, no matter the type, do not work on a lasting basis for many people, hence the ongoing splurge of new diets being touted to gullible people. More importantly, there are many reasons why a person may be bigger, and that does not make us moral failures. Why we should stop using fat as an insult. Fat is a constant source of shame and ridicule. Did you know that research showed that kids as young as 4 would not want to be friends with a fat child? Other research has shown that more than half of doctors discriminate and describe their fat patients as ugly and non-compliant when it came to recommending them for further treatment. Furthermore, fat shaming and weight stigmatizing can hurt people's health and well-being. Fat shaming has been associated with weight gain, despite some people's misguided and idiotic belief that they can bully people into losing weight. Fat shaming is also associated with an increase in the risk of depression and low self-esteem. Fat people are often misdiagnosed at the doctor and have medical concerns overlooked or ignored. Weight discrimination may even shorten life expectancies in some cases. Reclaiming the word. I started reclaiming the word fat only a couple of years ago, as I realised that the word no longer had any power over me and my emotions anymore. I was able to unlearn the toxic associations and fat phobia surrounding the word and just see it for what it was, an adjective that described my body type. I get to shift what was once used as a mechanism to break my spirit and throw me into the depths of depression, into something that offers a source of power and pride. It's a reminder that all that I've come from and all that I will go on to do. A lot of us within the fat acceptance and body positivity community use the word to describe ourselves frequently, only to be met with responses such as, "You're not fat, you're beautiful." Responses like this are harmful and toxic because, as innocent as your intentions, you're still associating fatness with ugliness, and that in itself still makes you fatphobic. It's up to you to undertake the journey of unlearning problematic and toxic behaviours associated with the word fat. Fat is not an indication of value, health, beauty, or performance. Fat is absolutely not the worst thing a human being can be. Fat is a noun. Fat is an adjective. Fat is not an insult. And it's time for society and culture to stop doing harm to fat people by treating their body type like it's a bad word.